we're going to Tingloy, Batangas to see Masasa Beach. As you can see, we're at the bus terminal, and as you can see, the bus that we're riding is the Batangas Pier. We're going to the Grand Terminal. Unfortunately, there's no direct bus going to Anilao Port, but what we're going to do is we're going to go to the Grand Terminal, and from there we'll ride another jeep or van to go to the port, the Anilao Port, and that's when we would be riding another boat going to Tingloy. So let's just go inside and wait before our bus leaves. So here's our bus. As you can see, it's Batangas Pier, and as I mentioned earlier, we are going to Masasa Beach in Tingloy, Batangas. Now, once we reach the Grand Terminal, we would be riding another van and jeep to go to Anilao. You can see my husband's already cozying up there, and then that's it. You guys, we'll just be waiting for our bus to leave in the next couple of minutes, and then we'll see you when we're at the port. Hi guys, so back again. We're now here at the Batangas Grand Terminal. We have a 2-hour bus ride, and now we're going to ride a jeep going to Anilao Mabini, Batangas. And I don't know how it will cost, but the bus cost us about 250 pesos per person. But for us, the jeepney, I just don't know how, but I'll update you guys when we're there in Anilao Port. Hi guys, so we're now here at Anilao Port. We're just about to ride our ferry going to Tingloy. Just to give you an update, the jeep from the Batangas Grand Terminal going here is 70 pesos per person. And as for the boat, it cost us 380 pesos per person. So once we're across and we're there in Tingloy, we'll get back to you and let you know how the ride is.
Sandali boss, sandali. Ma'am, sandali po ma'am. Sandali po ka. Sandali po.
Excuse me.
Sa likod po sakaya, sa likod po lahat ang sakay.
Porks. Okay, so I think majority of the passengers are now here. We were told it's going to be a 30-minute ferry ride to Tingloy, so we'll see you again once we're there. Hi guys, so now we just landed here in the municipality of Tingloy, Batangas. Now we'll be spending a couple days here and just enjoying the summer breeze. You'll be seeing a lot of beach and a lot of activities while we're here. But as for now, perhaps we'll just go to our homestay and then have a bit of rest and have a very scrunchy brunch. So I'll see you guys soon in the next video. Bye! Hi guys, welcome back to the vlog. So we're now rested. So from our trip this morning going here to Tingloy at the campus here in Masasa Beach. Now we are currently in our first homestay, which is called MANDANAS Homestay. The MANDANAS have been quite a well-known family here in Tingloy. So they share their house with the rest of the people, and I just want to share with you that we really recommend them. So I'll just flip the camera over and pan so you can see the rest of the residence. Okay, so this is the main living room of the residence. What you can see, the person you see is Miss Mina. She's a well-known teacher here in Tingloy, Batangas. And so when we rode our tricycle going here, we just said that it's for the MANDANAS Homestay, and that will be for Miss Mina, and they already know where we're going. Now, the upstairs has 3 rooms. 2 of the rooms are really suited for couples, but for family that's also good because they have an option to put an extra bed on it. And then there is another room here in the veranda that does have a bit of a veranda. And as I was told, this is good for a group of people. There are a couple of double decks there that people can see. Now, as for the rate, I'm actually not quite sure as to how much it will be. So I would rather suggest that you go to their Facebook page and ask them directly. But I'll give you a quick room tour so you'll see where we are currently staying exactly. So it's really quite because it's a home. Now, there you go. That's the outside. That's the rest of the staff over there. And then, so this is our room. This is a couple room before I open it for you guys. This is a couple room. However, if a family is staying here, you're also allowed to have an extra cot or an extra bed inside. So a family can stay for about 4 or 5 people. Now, before I open the door, just letting you know that the rate that we were given for this room, for the couple room, is air conditioned. It is 1,700, but of course, please do know that prices may vary as well. So let me just open it up for you. So you just have a quick tour. Hi. So this is our room. Just a quick run through. Okay, so there's our bags. There's an outlet over there. It's quite spacious for the bed. I think this is queen size, I believe. And then of course that's a closet. Now you're also allowed to request for extra hangers and towels for that one. I'll go outside. So I'll let him watch this video and then I'll go and have the rest of the room tour for you. So it is fairly cool. Now, since we're living in a residence, there are specific rooms that has toilets inside, specifically the rooms that has that's available for groups. But we have a common restroom here that's really quite near. And then there is the dirty kitchen. So you can actually request to some water, if you want it cold, and also you can cook here. There's an open area for groups of people to cook. Now these are the rest of the family. I'll just let you guys see. Say hi to the vlog. Hi. Say hi to the vlog, everyone. So they're really quite friendly. They're really quite warm. So this is the area that I told you for everyone. You can actually cook if you have supplies with you. You can even request for kitchenware that you can use. I do know they have another establishment right at the back of the house that has 3 floors and they're good for groups. So let me just pan the camera over and see. Okay, so we just went to the back of the main residence and there is another area that they have. It has 3 floors. So you can see it's very cozy. Now, what I was told is one of the rooms here is good for 10 people. Currently, they're all occupied, so as much as I would want to look at them, but of course, they're personal stuff of the people that are currently here. So there's a room that's for 10 packs, and the rest of them are 5. Some of them also has their own kitchen. Yes, ma'am. Yes. Okay, their own private covered room and their kitchen. Now, I would want to go to the veranda because these are 3 floors and of course privacy for the rest of the people that are here. I would want to open it and have a brief discussion, but we'll go to the veranda for you to see the view. Okay, so before I go to the veranda, if you can hear, there's actually people singing. These are good for couple rooms, but also can fit up until 5. So those are all occupied, as you can see, all air conditioned. Okay, so we're now at the 3rd floor. This is the veranda, the rooftop. But of course, this is newly constructed. But if people would like to party, as you can see, some of the guests are here. They're already having fun. So I think people can have their barbecue here. They can have their little party, and that's specifically the view here. So if you're having a party in the evening, have a very good dinner with the rest of your friends, this is a good place. And the karaoke is available for everyone. So just a very quick recap. This establishment at the back consists of 9 rooms. So if you're a group 5 to 10, this is a good place for you. Plus it's air conditioned. In the hot weather, say for example it's summer that you go here, this is very good. And back here in the main house. We'll do a couple of hours of rest and have very good dinner later on. But as you can see, this is a very, very clean and very welcoming environment and homestay. So really recommend that you message a MANDANAS homestay. They're very well known. They're a very well known family, so highly recommend it. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Hi guys, we're now in the next leg of our trip. We are just about to go to Masasa beach. So we're going to ride a tricycle. It costs about 120 pesos, and then from where we're going to get off, which is called Mahabang Buhangin, it's going to cost us 100 pesos for the two of us to ride a boat to our next transient home. So let's go! That's the tricycle. So I'll just go ahead and ride. So back now to the vlog. We're now here at Mahabang Buhangin and we're just waiting for a ride going to our next accommodation. We were told that this is going to be 100 pesos for the two of us. So we already booked that in, and then we're just waiting for the pickup. So we'll see you in the next place we're in. So we're now here at Masasa Beach. So it was quite of a boat ride, I think about 10 minutes, maybe 15. From Mahabang Buhangin going here to Masasa Beach, it costs, as mentioned earlier, 100 pesos for the two of us. Now we are currently staying at Nanay Rossi Beach House. I'm going to give you a quick tour of our room, where we're currently staying, and what the facade of our room looks like. So just come with me. So here's what we're currently staying. So Nanay Rossi Beach House, and then we're going to our room. We really wanted to experience the beach life here in Masasa Beach, so we wanted to be more native in terms of our accommodation. Look at there's an island dog over there. Now, once we arrived here, this is actually where our boat docked. So our room is just on top. You see my husband already chilling over there. So I'll give you a quick tour as to how I will be able to go up. So be mindful, because it might take me, quite of a struggle, because I have to climb some bamboo stairs. Now our accommodation does have an area where we can cook, so that's already part of the package. So I think there's actually someone staying at downstairs and to actually cook, I think, spaghetti. And this is the bamboo ladder, or let's say bamboo stairs, that I have to go up to go to our room. So bear with me. So I need to be careful. I'm not quite used to it, but once you enter here, it's very cool. The bamboo is really good, already settled. So this is our bed. That's our bed over here. Hi! How's the view? Good. So you can see, so once we wake up, we'll automatically see there, the beach. Really good. So already settled, our stuff is already there on the side. There's 2 windows, both bamboo as well. We have a fan over here, but to be honest with you, just the breeze coming from is outside of this, you know, balcony. It's amazing. So this is our view. We'll wake up to this every day. And then you see the horizon. Really nice. That's still part of the Masasa beach, by the way. That part. And then there's a couple of more accommodations over there on the other side. But yeah. So again, guys, I'll be staying here the next couple of days. Now, just for signal, Globe, it would be about 1 to 2 bars. Smart talk and text, it is 2 to 3 bars. Now, there would be internet or LTE or 5G, but of course it is a bit intermittent because you are living an island life here in Masasa Beach. Another thing is, do expect power outages. Within the day, do expect that. I cannot say how long it'll be, but if you'd want to wake up in paradise, I think it's okay. It's not big of a deal. So we'll just see you in the next activity, and I'll just enjoy my view for the time being. See ya! Hi guys, so back now to the vlog. We're currently here at Masasa Beach. It is exactly 7 o'clock in the morning. So there's a couple of people now that's trying to chill, but it's not as crowded as other beaches are. I'll flip the camera over so you'll see the rest of the main beach. So, see, with my husband over there, I'll just catch up to him. Just you seeing the rest of the beach. The sand is quite nice. It is fine. So, definitely a place to enjoy with the family. See, as you can see, there's also a sign over there that says "I love Masasa." We'll perhaps take a photo once we're there. Once the people, you know, slowly diminish. That's the rest of the beach. This is the main beach, by the way, so that's why there are a couple of people, or a lot of people, but not as much as you would expect. Still quite manageable. There's still spaces that you can, you know, lie down and have a bit of a tan. But it is very nice, and the water is clear, guys. The water is really clear and very clean. And yes, the sand is really fine. Very soft. There's also some rock formation at that side of the beach. We might be exploring that later on this afternoon. So we'll have more adventure. So perhaps that's it for this video for the main beach here in Masasa. I'll have another one once we explore the one where the rock formations are. So I'll see you guys then. Cheers! Hi guys, back now again to the vlog. Now I'm actually on the west or farthest west side of Masasa Beach. I heard there's a place here where you can have Instagram worthy photos. There's a good rock formation here. So come walk with me. I'll flip the camera over and we'll see what kind of adventure we'll find in this part. So as I mentioned earlier, you need to go to the farthest west side of the beach. So if you go through the maps, it's really way past all of those accommodations and homestays and inns. Now, just by in this part, you'll see there's a lot of rocks. We're at the edge of, I think, the hill. But there is a pathway, a good pathway that they've made for this. Now, just to let you know, that part is actually Puerto Galera, White Beach, Mindoro. So actually at night, we can definitely see very well lit area. So I know that's where the party is. So I was told that if ever you're here in Masasa Beach, you can rent a boat if you want to go to Puerto Galera. I think it's about 3,000 to 4,000 pesos for you to reach that part, that's already Mindoro. Now, if I go through here, this is still Masasa Beach. This is Masasa Beach. That's the main beach, and then one part over here is what they call Mahabang Buhangin. That's where we went before we went here to Masasa Beach. Now, on the other side of this area, if you go across, like the other side of the island, that's where Anilao is. I was even told that some of the people that goes to Anilao, they often get a boat ride to go here. So people thought Masasa Beach is part of Anilao, but it's not. It's part of Tingloy. So just be mindful of that. Again, guys, this is Masasa main beach. This is Mahabang Buhangin. On the other side of the island, that is Anilao. And then what you see over here, that's Puerto Galera, White Beach, Mandaro. Now, there's already a couple of people here that are enjoying, because it's already, you know, mid-afternoon. So a lot of people, you know, the sun is tolerable, but it's still quite good for Instagram photos. I haven't really gone through the rest of the path. I've just gone through here. As you can see, there's a lagoon here at the bottom that they can actually jump to. I just don't know how deep it is. I wouldn't want to thread that water. But so far, if you have friends with you, you can just, as you can see on this group, they have their own small speaker, and then they can have their music, and they can, you know, pretty much have a chill in this lagoon. I don't think it's that deep though, but perhaps tomorrow we'll take a dip. But it's really nice. We're quite good. So I think I'm nearly towards the end. I would just be very, very careful, because as you can see over here, the walkway gets a bit, you know, smaller. It's not as wide as the one at the other side. So I just have to be mindful of where I'm stepping. So I think this is towards the end of the rock formations. I think this is the best area for you to have your Instagram photos. If you have to go down by that bamboo ladder and then you go to one of those rocks, automatically you'll have a very nice photo of the area. Again, have a bit of a glimpse of Puerto Galera over there, and there's also another part here that there's a beach. I think you can reach that area if I go through here, but I'd rather not. That's already quite far. So pretty much this is more calm than the other side, because the other side is quite crowded for people, family. There's a lot of music and everything. This is a bit cooler. You can have a bit of privacy if you go through here. So pretty much that is that. It's a group of very nice ladies over here. They don't do condemn. They're actually scratching over the rocks. They're scratching on the rocks. So, but it does look amazing. I do think you can take a good photo and then you can just, you know, have that in a backdrop. But I would rather perhaps go through this area, have a photo, be able to see Puerto Galera, or go through that part where the other friends are, and then have that area over there. So fairly good. A nice walk. I think this is the best area for you to get sunset photos. So perhaps later in the day, I might come back here and see how it is. So fairly nice. So I think that wraps it up. As promised, today we'll be exploring the east side of Masasa Beach. Now, a tip for you is you would be seeing these huts. I do know these are for rent, I just don't know how much they are. I think 500, but might as well ask and perhaps you can haggle. But the good thing is the farthest east side of Masasa Beach has a couple of rock formations still that you can take photos. So come with me and then let's walk around. So as promised, we are going to explore this side of Masasa Beach. Now you would see that there is some families that would do tent pitching, as I think that's how they call it, and do an overnight stay here. I think this is an example. Now, it is quite of a slow early day, and what I noticed is they have a day for the locals to clean up the shoreline. It was actually quite good. Helps the environment clean because there's a lot of tourists that go through this area. Now you would notice that there is stairs going up on this rock formation. I tried to go up, however, I'm a bit scared because towards the top on this part, the steps aren't as huge as the rest, so it would only fit one of your foot, and it's a bit high. But if you are, if it's okay for you to go up, I think it would have, or it would produce nice photos once you're on top. So it is quite of a deer walk because we're on the farthest side. You can already see some people in that area. So there are locals cleaning up. I wouldn't really go through the whole lot because as far as I can see from this area, I think you can walk through here going to Mahabang Buhangin. That's where we took our ferry or small boat going here. So if you're okay with walking, you can pretty much walk. But I think this would be the it part for me because I'm holding this gimbal and I might not be able to balance myself to cross. But technically, this area would have to go and it goes to the other side. There's a couple more rock formations I mentioned earlier, but don't know if I'd be able to balance myself. But pretty much, if you're quite keen into getting those Instagram photos, it's a good walk and perhaps some peaceful view as well of the beach. So I was able to cross that area without me filming because it really needs my balance. But at least to give you a view as to what's on here. So it is quite a secluded place. It can look like, depending on how you take your photos, it can look like as if you are in a cave. So yeah, but I am correct. It can go straight to Mahabang Buhangin if you just walk through here. Fairly easy. Wow. What do you know? Because that's where you ride your boats going to the accommodation area over there. So now just to give you a view as to how clear the water is. That's how clear the water is. You can really see what you're stepping into, school of fishes. So that's how clear the water is. So pretty much that is that. Flicking the camera over now. So I think that's it for me here at the eastern part of Masasa Beach. Again, you can do a good walk. I think once you're past that pathway that's cracked, you can pretty much do some brisk walking, a bit of cardio on this side. So it is quite serene, but of course do it a bit early. There are a couple of people that goes here for their photos as well. But yeah, so pretty much it is walking distance. It is doable. And perhaps I'll see you in the next vlog and see you in the next activity. Bye! Hi guys! We're now riding our boat back to Mahabang Buhangin, and then we'll go to Tingloy Port for our boat back to Anilao Port. We'll give you snippets of the Anilao Port and the Anilao Beach, and of course the whole travel back to Manila. We'll show you snippets of that. So we'll let you see the boat ride. I'll flip the camera over. 6:30 in the morning. Lazy option. The other option, if you want, you can actually walk through the easternmost side of Masasa Beach because there's a pathway over there. You were able to see it on a previous video that I did. I see. All right. That I said, but I'll show you guys. That boat over there is a fisherman. He has a net, so we slowed down because we might catch his net. So there. So their water are really healthy because if you swim, there's actually school of fishes that you'd be able to see. You can actually see the bottom. Now this is actually quite deep. I think it's about 100. Probably 100, but you can literally see. I hope you'll be able to see it on the video, but I can see the bottom. So yeah, we're picking up speed because it's quite far. This net is already quite far. We wouldn't be able to catch it anymore. Really, Sean is just to visit Masasa Beach. It's really very, very plain. Very clean, laid back, right? Very clean and laid back.
Reminds me of Panglao.
Yeah, it reminds me of Panglao.
During the pandemic days.
Yeah, during the pandemic. Wait, I'll let you see. hope the video gives it justice because it's really very clear water. It's very clean. So that's the rest of the people. So we'll just alight the boat and then we'll see you once we're at Tingloy Port. Hi guys, so we're now here at Tingloy Port. That's actually where we buy the tickets. We were able to get tickets from Tingloy Ferry. It only cost us 320 pesos for the two of us. So I'll give you a bit of a tour of the ferry. It's quite a big ferry compared to the one that we rode going here, which is from Montenegro. But it is scheduled to leave the port at 7:30 a.m. Right now it is 10 to 7, so we still have time. I'll flick the camera over and give you a bit of a tour of the boat. Okay, so this is the boat that we're going to ride. This is actually quite a big boat. More than 100 passengers pretty much. So it has two levels. There's the deck and then this is the main area of the boat. I'll just give you a quick tour. So this is the bottom of the boat. It is quite clean. It reminds me of the boat when we went to Kamaya Coast. So there's even a toilet available. So swimmers, I guess the other side is for men. I'll go upstairs and see what the deck looks like. So quite good, so you can take photo ops. So pretty much this is the deck or the second floor. So that's the captain's area. And then we'll go at the back. See, there's also another toilet over here. So pretty much while we're traveling, going back to Anilao Port, I would definitely go to this area and have a bit of a good breeze and a couple of photos for you guys. So just going back out, so you see the run through. It's actually nice, very clean. Really like the chartered ferry that you ride going to Kamaya Coast. So let me just flip the camera over. So that's it for the boat tour here in Tingloy Port. We're going to ride Tingloy Ferry. We'll just try to buy some coffee before we leave. We still have a few more minutes, more than 30 minutes to wait. And then we'll see you once we're at Anilao Port. Guys, so back now to the vlog. We're currently at Anilao Port. As you can see, that was the boat that we rode going here through from Tingloy, and there are a couple of jeepneys already that's standing by. Those are going to Batangas Grand Terminal. I'll flip the camera over so you'll see what Anilao Beach looks like. So this is what the port looks like. I'll go to the beach now so you'll be able to see. As far as I know, there were a couple of accommodations that or resorts that are located here. So let me just walk towards it. Not much people already, but as you can see, the water is still clear. You can see everything. Now from actually you can already go down through the steps and go to the shoreline. It is very calm though, even if it is by the port. You can see that there is a net for safety. I think those are pretty much better. If there are kids, they would rather have you swim through that area. There's also accommodations on here. I'm not just quite familiar what the resorts names are. Now, just a quick run through here at the port, Anilao Port. There are 2 ticketing offices, number 1 and number 2. Number 1 is for Tingloy Ferry, number 3 is for Montenegro. Window 2 is for the environmental fee. I believe it was 100 pesos for 2 people, and then there's also a terminal ticket. We paid 10 pesos for 2 passengers. So that's what you are. So that's pretty much it for the Tingloy, for the Anilao Port. So I'll zoom it a bit for you to see the beach. So sand is not really quite white, but it is still light compared to others. It's not black, it's a bit beige, because pretty much it's wet. There's a bit of pebbles on it, but I don't think it's really that rocky, but still a good swim. The water is calm and the water is clear. So that's it for us here at Anilao Port. We're about to ride our jeep going to Batangas Grand Terminal to catch a bus going back to Manila. We'll see you guys once we're there. Hi guys, I'm back now to the vlog. Final leg of our travel. We're currently on Batangas Grand Terminal. We're about to ride a bus going back to Manila and then homebound. I'll flip the camera over for you to see what the terminal looks like. So there's actually places for you to buy some food. So it is, as you can see guys, it's very convenient. It is a busy bus stop, but still very convenient. So I think this is the bus that we're going to ride. Okay guys, so this ends our travel. As you can see, we're going to PTEX. That's the last leg before we go back home or we go to. So I'll see you in the next vlog and I'll see you in the next adventure.